Girls, we are in London. Can you tell I'm like literally grinning ear to ear? It just feels like I was curious how it would feel coming back. I haven't been since I lived here, and I'm happy to report it's like the perfect mix of nostalgia slash comfortability. Like when I got off the plane, got on the trains in the overground, it just felt like I'm home. I just love London. And straight out of a movie, straight out of the holiday, I get off the tube station or the overground station. It's snowing. I'm sorry. I start walking, it starts pouring harder and harder. I'm literally walking through a freaking park and it's just like snowing. Out of a movie, I've got my headphones in listening, just all of the sorts. Anyway, we are here. We are staying at the Hoxton Shepherd's Bush. I found this on Expedia. There was like a deal. It was around Black Friday and I ended up having to rebook, but anyway, I knew that the one in Dublin was good, so I figured this would probably be good. It's a perfect location because it's right at the tube overground. There's 2 or 3 different tube stations like right here. So I wanted somewhere that maybe wasn't like central, but I could hop on the tube and get wherever I needed to get. So I'm very excited. It is now like 12:40 because I had to just check in and I needed to charge my phone a little bit, reset a little bit, and I'm ready to go. We're gonna go to Notting Hill right now and maybe go to It's a Bagel. I don't know what I want really. And I want to go to grab my tote bag, and I think that's basically it. Yeah, so I'm gonna bundle up because it is like probably like 5 to 10 degrees colder here than it is in Dublin. So it is chilly, but I'm very grateful. It's so gorgeous here. My hip is killing me. I may have had a little too much female rage run last night. Pushed it a little too hard. Like I ran a little too fast. So my hip's a little out of rhythm, but it is what it is. And look at this bathroom. I'm in a handicap room. It's just... But yeah, anyhow, I will be looking like a dad this entire trip. I got this wool sweater yesterday, and it's so cozy. I'm wearing my Drops of Jupiter, House of Jupiter tee, like mock neck tee under here for a little support. And yeah, we're gonna go. Okay, let's go. This is so crazy. I'm like 90% sure that these are the gardens that are mentioned in the books. It's like a private park. I'm not totally sure, so I don't really know, but I think it is. It's almost a Holland Park, so crazy. Divas, we're back. And I have a bag of goodies to show you guys. It's actually, I love invisible string theory. This isn't really invisible string theory, but it's like, you know, little things all connected. The restaurant in our hotel is called Chet's, and that's my uncle's best friend, his name. And so I just love little things like that. Ooh, they have a smash burger. Ooh, Asian greens. Sticky wings. Oh my god, this all sounds so good. Okay, let me turn on. That is going to be such a pain in editing to try to find this point, but hi. You guys, when I tell you this has been the best day ever. Okay, so we should probably recap the morning. So this morning I basically didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I was so excited. I think like the first time I like eventually tossed over, it was probably like almost 1. And then I woke up at 4, and it was just like one of those nights where you just don't get REM sleep, and I knew it was probably gonna be like that. Totally okay. I do have an early morning in the morning, which I probably should have saved what I'm doing tomorrow morning for the following day, but that's okay. Anywho, hi. Let me tell you about my chaotic story today. Anyway, make it on the flight. Nice flight. My Kindle, I didn't have enough time to pull my Kindle out, so I just read off my phone. It was like about an hour. I don't know why I thought it was like a 2-hour flight, which I was thinking about. I was like, that makes no sense. It's literally so close. Anywho, so we make it, and when I tell you, I chose Gatwick because it was one of the cheaper alternative airport versus Heathrow, and I really try not to fly Heathrow. I think I might have flown into Heathrow. The only time I've ever flown into Heathrow is when I first came to London to move here with my dad, and I've never flown again because I've heard the horror stories. I've flown Gatwick obviously today, and then I did London City when I left, and I really enjoyed both experiences because they're smaller airports. It's not as hectic, the lines aren't as bad, and Gatwick has a train, and so you see it and you're like, oh my god, it's like probably gonna take like an hour, but if you time it right, it's perfect. There's a train station in the airport, so you literally just get off of the terminal, go through, and hop down to the train station. You can buy it on your phone. It's like more expensive and confusing, but I just took the Northern Line, and then I swapped over in Clapton and swapped to the Tube and made it over to where I'm staying, which is Shepherd's Bush. Obviously you guys won't see this before I get home, or you know what I'm saying, security reasons. Anyway, so staying in Shepherd's Bush, loving it. I'm like a 2-minute walk there's an overground station like a minute away. There's a tube station like 3-minute walk away. Oh my god, can you guys hear that? The Jet2 holiday thing keeps coming on. Anyway, we had the most perfect day. Let's get into our day. We're now at like 6 minutes. Okay, you guys, when I tell you, people always think like, I just have to tell you this tidbit before we go back over it, but people always think whenever I like tell people I've like seen celebrities, they think I'm the type of person that's going to pull out the phone and go crazy. You guys, I walked out of Daunt today, the one in Holland Park, and I saw bleach blonde hair. I said, oh my god, that's Jamie Lang. And it was Jamie and his wife. They just had a baby a couple weeks ago, or maybe like a month or 2 ago now. But I didn't want to bother them, but I did see them, and like a fan stopped them and asked for a selfie. But it was just so cool to run into them in Holland Park, just walking around. So yeah. Also, when we were here last time, we ran into what are the guys? It's like a YouTube channel. KSI's in it. I can't think of the name of it, but it is kind of funny. Like, I feel like I've run into more famous people here than I have in, like, New York City or anything. But anyhow, also say, perfect day. My plan today is I wanted to do Holland Park, kind of go around, like, do the Magnolia Park of it all, because I'm a huge Magnolia Parks fan. I wanted to go to Notting Hill. One of the things I wanted to do, I didn't get a Notting Hill tote when I was here last time. And so that was on the list to go to Daunt. I went to every Daunt location because I kept putting the wrong one in my, like, phone. So went to every Daunt location. They all were superb. The one in Holland Park was so cute, and the people there were literally the kindest ever. Anyways, I had the best time. It was so funny because I couldn't get in. I was like, she's like, just push really hard. And they had gotten like a new rug, so nobody could get in the store really for one of the entrances. It was really hard to get in. Anyway, so I went to that Daunt. And then what else did I do? I went to Joan Juice, read for probably like an hour, maybe longer. Just had myself a little moment. And then I went to Portobello. I did Notting Hill a little more. And, I went to this independent bookstore. It's called Saucy, and I think I'm going to go back before I leave because they have this sweatshirt. It's so cute. It just says Saucy on it, like one of those like college type, like looks like the bar sweatshirt. So I think I'm going to go back and get that because they had it in this gorgeous like olive green color. I do not need another sweatshirt, but I'm obsessed. Where's my purse? Oh, I hung it up. But I got a bookmark, and they ordered a book for me because they do free shipping to Dublin. So yeah, I ordered it to Dublin. It'll be there when I get back from my Georgia trip. And yeah, that's basically it. So without further ado, let's get into it. What else did I do? Oh, I forgot. You guys, I went and sat in a pub. No, when I tell you, I think I've peaked in life. I literally was texting someone. I was like, I think I just peaked in life. I just sat in a pub for like 2 hours and read the last 30% of my book. I sat there. People watched. People came and sat at the table with me. I drank a ginger beer. I sat there for a little bit. I mean, for literally like 2 hours. It was so nice. Also, you guys, when I was in Daunt, like the Daunt that everybody wants to go to, by the way, it's the Mayfair location. Oh my God, that's what I was gonna say. I ran into the most gorgeous man. He looked like he was straight out of GQ. Like he looked sort of like Lords, the guy that Kourtney Kardashian used to date. He was freaking stunning, and everywhere I was, he was. And I want to turn around and say, sir, I just have to say, you were so beautiful. You look like you belong in GQ, but I didn't do that. I probably should have. But I literally almost came back before I went to the pub. I was like, what am I doing? I am single. I am 29. I'm in my Eat, Pray, Love era. Like, let's go to the fucking pub and sit and read a book. I was very upset they didn't have an alcohol-free beer then, but I think they might have one downstairs. But the ginger beer was chef's kiss. Anyway, okay, let me show you what I got. Okay, so I thought I was gonna get a regular like Notting Hill tote, but then I saw this one and I just love it so much more. It's like the Blue Door Notting Hill tote, and it just says the Blue Door Notting Hill London, and has like information on it. Oh my gosh, my phone's overheating. Oh, first, being diabetic, I didn't bring a lot of snacks, so I had to grab a few things on the way home from the store. So we'll do that stuff first. Rice Krispies. This actually is for me right now because I haven't drank a lot of water. Large water because I haven't drank a lot of water. If you know me, you know I'm drinking like 8,000 gallons of water a day. Like I have the gaudy, horrible water bottles, and I'm so behind on my intake, which is just like, it's not as like, people aren't walking around with Stanleys here like they do in America. It's just very different. But anyhow, got my little late night snack. Maltesers, Whoppers. Maltesers are so much better than Whoppers. I got 2 apple juices. Okay, slay. Anyway, there goes that. I got 2 books. Now, I knew, there were things that I wanted when I came here, because when I left here, I didn't get to buy like that many touristy things. I had to like save space, and especially with me going home, like in like 2 weeks, I think, or like a week and a half, a week, no, 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks from today. I am allowing to buy myself like more stuff than I would. Like, I want to try to get a London t-shirt. And then I know this is so silly, but I really want a Paddington bear. I wanted one last time and I didn't get it. And I feel like it's so cute. And if I do have a change of heart and have kids, like, how cute would that be to be like, this was from when mommy lived in London, or I guess it's not, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I got 2 books. I knew I wanted to get a London themed book, so I did that. And I felt this was perfect. And I'm just gonna like write in it. Oh, yay, the receipt's in here. I'm gonna write in it and be like, bought this on like this London trip, and put a little note in here. But they have like these books, and it's an opinionated guide, and they have a million different things. So I got the London bookshop one. I thought that was a cute one to put maybe even as like a coffee table book. And then this book I've been wanting to read, and I'm just gonna be honest, I like the UK cover. I don't know, I really like the American cover too, but I really like it. So it's Slanting Towards the Sea. I've heard so many people talk about it. Everyone says it is so good, and I've always wanted to go to Croatia, so thought it was a great one. It's a deep book. It's not like the fluffy like cowboy romances I've been reading, and that's good because I need to touch grass and put myself in a corner. So yeah, but look how gorgeous the cover is. Plus it has flaps. Why does every book not have a flap? I love flaps. Anyway, okay. And then I keep like going back and forth. I'm scooting closer. Okay. Okay, well, I really wanted a nicer notebook, but then I don't have that much room, so I got this because I wanted to write my thoughts down, and I was going to take it out and write in the pub, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll wait till I get home. I got these. So cute. I got to see this happen at Windsor with my dad, which is such a special memory. So that's really why I wanted that. And then I got a magnet. It reminds me so much of me whenever I was here. I got to do the coronation, the Queen's coronation, Jubilee. It was crazy. And it was such a cool experience. And there's a picture of me holding a like British flag like this, standing in front of like, I think Westminster. So I thought that was like such a cute ode to that era. So anyway. Hi girls, we're back from London and we are here to debrief. So let me just tell you about everything that happened the rest of the time, because I didn't talk to the camera for the rest of the trip. I vlogged and you guys will see clips and stuff as I'm talking, but I want to tell you what happened. And it was a little bit of a bummer, but that's okay, because my first day was the best day ever. Like, hands down, the best travel day I've ever had. It was so chef's kiss. And yeah, so you guys saw all that. I went through everything I did that day. The next morning I wake up, right? It snowed the night before, or the day before, on and off. And then I woke up the next morning. I forgot I have boots that are like supposed to be like winter boots, waterproof and everything, and I forgot them. So the next morning I was like, oh gosh, I hope it's not slippery or anything. It was. I literally walk out. I needed something before I could go start my day from Boots. So I walked one way and they said there was a Boots, but ended up just taking me to the market, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to go to the other side, or to the other side, because where I was staying was right on this park, and there's Westfield Mall and then another shopping center, and I had seen that there was a Boots in that shopping center. So I start walking the other direction. I've walked like 5 or 10 minutes the other way. I've made it back to my hotel. I'm walking the other way. I slip. Thank God there was no one like around. My phone goes flying. I fell so hard that my beanie went flying. And of course, my first instinct always is covering my teeth. If you guys don't know, my front 2 teeth are not my real teeth. And anytime, I will be protecting those at all costs. Because I know what it looks like under there, and it's not pretty. Anywho, so yeah, I get up, try to collect myself. I keep walking. I watch like 10 different people fall. I'm so overstimulated, but I wanted to show you guys and take a picture. I just couldn't even. I was too focused on not falling again because I almost fell a few more times. But right by my hotel, there was a coffee or like a cafe called Liz's, and it was so cute. But anyway, so I walk over, and then I'm like, oh, surely I popped by, it was like an M&S slash like BP petrol station. And I was like, oh, well, they might have what I need. So I go in, they don't have what I need. I'm like, I need something to take the edge off. Let me get a coffee. So I got a coffee, checked out, kept walking. This poor old man fell in front of me, and the person that was like coming this way helped him up. I was like, oh my God. And then I eventually made it to Boots. I'm literally just sitting there laughing to myself. Like, the people probably thought I was Margot Robbie from, what movie is that? I can't even think. Where she's like, The Voices. Literally me laughing to myself, at myself, texting my friends being like, oh my gosh, you're never gonna believe what happened to me this morning. So anyway, and so I walk all the way back. I get ready, and then I go do one of my favorite things in the world, which is going to a fashion exhibit. I went to Marie Antoinette Style, which was at Victoria and Albert's Museum, and that museum itself is so beyond words stunning. I didn't find it or go to it for the first time until the end of my time in London, which is so devastating. But I love it, and I always suggest it to people to go to, because in the museum, not only are there always the best exhibits going on, and there's so many good art and sculptures and all the things, their dining halls are preserved, so they're like the old dining halls. It's so cool, it's so stunning, it's so gorgeous, and you can sit and have, I had a scone, a little Coke because my sugar had dropped, and yeah, which you guys will probably have already seen. That exhibit was insane, so up my alley. I just adore the over-the-top dresses from that time period. If you know me, then you know, actually a lot of people don't know this about me. One of my goals that I had when I was in college is I wanted to teach history of fashion. I love fashion history. I love going through all the different eras of the clothing, and it's so cool to see like even things that come back into style these days that are inspired by, you know, like the 1700s, 1800s, even like the 1900s. Like, love Art Deco. Love French couture, like Marie Antoinette type style in the 18th century. Stunning. So we go do that and had the best time. I had some stuff go on and that I had to deal with. And then what did we do next? Next I walked over to Harrods, which, you guys, so proud of myself for what I bought. I didn't go crazy. So slay. Mainly because I know I'm gonna be going back in the summer, so. Anywho, I walked around their bookstore because if you don't know this about Harrods, it like made me so sad when I lived there because I was like, I want all of these. They have this bookstore that's in their basement, I think. And used to, like, I have very vivid memories of like trying to waste time before shows or whatever and just going and walking around and perusing their bookstore. They have the most insane coffee table books like ever. They have the largest selection of any type of coffee table book you think. They have fashion, they have watches, they have cars, they have like interior design, different countries, travel, art, like seriously any coffee table book you can think of. They have the most magnificent. They have the Asaline line, like a section just devoted to it, and gorgeous, stunning, beautiful. And then I perused that a little bit, went to the shop, perused around the shop a little bit. I got a few things. I so wanted to buy something for everyone in my life and take back with me since I'm going to America in like a couple weeks. But I just was like, okay, we're just getting something for ourselves. We're just, and this is my toxic trait, we're just getting something for ourselves. So I got this gorgeous Harrods pen. I got this gorgeous tag that says private jet on it. It looks like one of those motel key, like it's in the shape of a motel key. And then what else did I get? Oh, I got a Christmas ornament. So we did that, and then I made my way over to where did I go first? Oh my gosh, I went to Waterstones, and you guys, I'm so sorry, I did not document like any of it. But it's like the biggest Waterstones. I think it's like 4 stories, and my favorite part is you can sit at the top at the cafe and look over the square towards the National Gallery. And when I was in London, National Gallery was closed. They're doing like renovations and stuff. And you guys, when I tell you, I walked into that art museum and I was so unwell. I knew it was gonna be crazy and saying like, it is the National Gallery. It is the art museum in London. When I tell you, as a Monet impressionist girl, I was in awe. The Van Goghs they had, the Monets they had so many Monets that I A, had never seen before, or B, didn't know existed. They had these 2 or 3 huge galleries full of like Van Gogh, Monet, Manet, what else do they have a bunch of? Gorgeous Renoirs. Yeah, like genuinely just like shocked. I could barely take it in. Sorry for the lighting change, but anyway, so then I keep saying we did. We went on an adventure together. Then I went by Foyle's bookstore on the way home. It was stunning. I had seen everybody recommend it. And at the end, I'm going to talk about like all the bookstores I went to and kind of rank them. I was going to do a full separate video on bookstores, but I was just like very in the moment, didn't do enough like content. So anyhow, loved that bookstore. They have the most gorgeous sign that says, "Welcome book lover, you are among friends." And then in the children's section, there's like 4 stories, I think, of this bookstore. It's massive. They have a sign, like a quote that says, "And they lived happily ever after." So I love that. And yeah, then I went back to the house and got refreshed, showered, and got ready for the play. I went to go see The Devil Wears Prada. I didn't do any research. I've been wanting to see it. And I knew going in, like, I feel like it's probably gonna be very campy. And my God, it was so camp, for real. Like, it was so camp. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I was chuckling the entire time. I was like, what is going on? Like, what actually is going on? Anywho, so then I came back, went to sleep, woke up the next morning, had appointment, reservation at the park, which is across from Kensington Gardens. Okay, we're back, I think. Okay, where did I leave off? Oh my gosh. Devil Wears Prada. I don't even know what to say about that movie. I don't even know what to say about that. But the next morning I woke up, I was very excited. I was talking to Zachariah, and he said it's like a very big thing in London now that everyone's opening these like New York inspired patisserie type shops. Like there's so much like New York inspired things, which I would rather say is because London, in my mind and in a lot of my friends, rivals New York. Like they feel very similar. Like they're so different, but it gives like the same vibe. So I feel like this would do good. But when I tell you this was the rich mom breakfast of my dreams, chilled grapefruit on top of nugget ice in a sterling silver like grapefruit container, and then the eggs benedict, they were on top of sourdough crumpet. Cut the cameras. So good. And the aesthetics in there were insane. I know Caitlin is gonna want to go to this whenever we make it back to London again because it's so up her alley. Anyway, so then I went over to Kensington Gardens. I was feeling a little overwhelmed at this point because I had, every once in a while, YouTube shorts go viral, okay? And usually if a YouTube short on mine, at least so far in my YouTube career, goes viral, it's because it's found the wrong side of YouTube shorts. I've had probably like 3 or 4 of these go viral now, and this one I got like one comment towards the beginning of my breakfast and I was like laughing at it because it was just so funny. I can't remember what it said. But anyway, these videos get on the wrong side of YouTube shorts and it becomes like all these men commenting telling me like how ugly and fat and whatever. Someone told me I was built like a minion. Someone said there were so many. Anyway, so I was already like feeling a little anxious this morning, and that just like sent me into the worst headspace, which is so crazy because they never affect me. I always left them off. I never like ever let anything like that like sit on me. Like I just brush it off. But for some reason that day it was just like too overwhelming and it got to me. Like it got to me. I know I'm not ugly. I know I don't look like a fucking minion, but it got to me that day. So I am like so pissed that I even let that like hold any grounding on my day and affect my mood, but it did. It just did. It is what it is. It happened and we're over. So anyway, I reported like almost all the comments, but there's still probably like 10 on my short. And anyway, so I walked around Kensington to clear my mind. Oh, I also went to Blank Street. Oh, love Blank Street. And then I just sat in nature for a little bit, walked around, explored. I ended up going to like Oxford Street area, doing a little shopping. I was looking for a top to wear that night for dinner because I did not pack well at all. I'd already gone through my clothes. Forgot to mention, I got my card stolen. I tried something on. Maybe it fell out. I still really don't know what happened, but thank goodness we got it canceled before anything could get taken. So it all worked out, but that added to the level of stress I was in. So I had to go back and touch grass, aka lay in my bed for a good 45 minutes and doom scroll. So then I went back to the hotel, resat. I laid in bed for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Then went to go meet up with Zachariah. If you guys don't know, Zachariah, my freaking king. We met because he was like one of the 2 people in charge of me at Jalen when I interned there, and just like instant connection. Like it feels so weird, but I feel like there's people in my life. I talked about this on TikTok, long form, like literally it's like 3 or 4 minutes talking about soul family. And there's just these people in my life that I met, and I was talking about when I was in college. I always felt so like, I felt like I didn't have a group, and I always saw everyone have their like perfect little group from college and their best friends and they all got along together and everything. And I always kind of had a person everywhere. And now as I've gotten older, I've realized like it's so much more meaningful, and it's bittersweet because there's a part of me that will like never feel at home anywhere I live because I have so many pieces of my soul family and like my dear friends that live across the world. Zachariah's in London. I have Shaylee in Dallas. I have Ellie in Atlanta, Kaylee in Atlanta, but she was in Oklahoma for a really long time. I mean, there's so many people. Caitlin's in New York, and Kristen's in Florida. Like, so I guess we're finishing in none other than our trusty editing corner. Anyway, so what I was saying in the video was basically just talking about soul family and how I genuinely feel like there's so many people that I just like, I've met them and they're just an instant click and an instant like platonic soulmate situation, and I'm so grateful for that. Also say Zachariah is one of those people, and I'm just so grateful. We obviously have only seen each other twice since I lived in London. He ended up being in Dallas and we all went out and had the best time, got to meet and catch up and everything, and then we keep up with each other on social media. We're constantly talking, and I'm just so grateful. I seriously love him and adore him so much. He is such a king, and to have such like a long-standing friendship with people, not just him, other people in my life, where you can go and sit at dinner and put the phones away, and sit there and talk and chat and feel like time isn't even moving. We sat there for like, I think 3 hours, maybe 3.5, I don't know. We sat there, we were the last people, and the restaurant was kind of like, so we walked around, and then he took me to my tube station and everything, and it was so stunning and beautiful. I can't wait to see him. He's gonna come visit here, and I'm gonna go back to London at least one more time, if not 2. So anyhow, so lovely. We went to the stunning, we happened upon it, I think it was Turkish, and the food, insane. The hummus, best hummus I've ever had. What else? I think that's basically it. And then I didn't sleep well the night before. I had something happen, and so I slept in my last morning. I think I didn't pack before the night before, as I should have, but I ended up leaving around like 11, and I went and just ventured around the city. I walked around. I wanted to go see Big Ben. I wanted to see Westminster, St. James. St. James is my favorite park. And I just had my headphones in, enjoyed the day, walked around, did all the things. And I actually kept my phone away most of the time. Like, I took a few pictures and a few videos, but I really just wanted to take it in, and it was like such a special moment. And just like walking around, I ended up being at Westminster when the bells were going off, and it just reminded me about all the cool things I got to experience in London. Like, I was literally in London at the Jubilee. Like, I went to the Jubilee. Insane. And so I just sat and kind of took it all in and reminisced. And then I went back over to, because I was sort of near the National Gallery, so I went over to the Waterstones and had a little snack because I had not eaten all day. So anyhow, that's about it. It was the best trip ever. I hope you guys enjoyed it watching, and yeah, I love you guys. Hi divas, it's gotten a little dreary out, so I have had to turn the spotlight on to finish this video really quick. First of all, I want to say I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a lot of me recapping, but I really wanted to take the time to be present and enjoy while also trying to make content. So I made a lot of short form content, which you guys can go check out on my channel. But yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to show you everything I think I missed. I probably shouldn't start with my favorite thing first, but I'm going to. You guys, I wanted everything from the Marie Antoinette exhibit, like their shop. They had so many amazing things, but when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, you're coming home with me. So this is a mug from the exhibit. It has a lot of things were like branded with these like icons on it, like the cheetah print bow and the roses. and all the things, and I absolutely love that it has the exhibit on the bottom right there. It's really, really nice. It has like the branded Victoria and Albert on the bottom. It's fine bone china, microwave and dishwasher safe, and it is so stunning, beautiful, gorgeous. I actually thought about getting two, but I didn't need it, so I didn't. So I got that from the exhibit. And then I got these. I'm so excited for these. It's the same thing. Like, one of them I'm just gonna keep, but one of them I got two, A, because I wanted to write on the back of them, but B, just in case anything happened. I thought this was just the most gorgeous. They also had the Marie Antoinette like toil in many different products, but I thought this was so cool and would be such a cool piece to frame. Like, I can see it on a gallery wall in like a gorgeous like antique gold frame. So I got those. I think I showed you guys these already, but I got the Saucy Book bookmark from the shop that I went to, and then I got these guys. I actually saw this happen and I have it on video with my dad. It's such a special moment, so I thought that was like a really special one to have. And yeah, anyway, I think I showed you the other books. I feel like I'm missing a book, or these are the two books I got there. Okay, yeah, because I showed you the other two books. Okay. I think I already showed you this, but I did get that London Bookshops book, and I absolutely love it. There's so many. Like, I want to go back and see so many that like I saw when I lived in London. And anyway, so I got that. And then I went to Foyles, I don't know how to say it, and I got two books. This one I'd really been wanting. I've seen it everywhere. It's obviously a really famous book, but I saw it in Foyles and I was like, you know what, it feels like a sign, let me just go ahead and get it. And so I got that. I was hoping to read it on my trip, but I didn't read as much physical books as I thought, so we'll get to it eventually. And it's just one of those that I would want in my collection. And then I've been looking for this one everywhere. I haven't been able to find it. It is the second book in Josie Silver's like Halloween-y. First one's Crazy Spooky Love. This one is Kooky Spooky Love. So I'm gonna put it on my shelf. I'm sure I'll read it at some point. And yeah, so that's it for that. From Harrods, I'm actually gonna wrap it because I'm finally home and I can unwrap it and show you guys the Christmas ornament I got. I got a very nice like ballpoint pen from Harrods. I love that it is in the Harrods colors. It is so stunning, and it just says Harrods Stationery Department, Knightsbridge. Then, like I said, I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so me. I need it. And so I grabbed that. And then they already have their 2026 ornaments out, which was so crazy. This isn't branded 2026, but it just makes me think so much of London. And I think I actually might write the year, like maybe on the bottom or the back. It's so beautiful. And then look on top, oh my gosh, and the back just says Harrods. So I got that. There were so many, like I seriously wanted them all. But I ended up going with that one because it felt very like London to me and what I love and what I think of when I think of Harrods and Knightsbridge and Mayfair and all of that area of London. So yeah. Lastly, I went to the National Gallery, as I said, and you guys know I'm a Monet girly, and I wanted something to write in while I was there, and guess who didn't write in it? That's okay, I'm gonna write about my trip there in it today. So anyway, that's the rest of the things I got when I was in London, and I'm so sad because I ran out of time and completely forgot about getting a shirt. And I wanted one. I either wanted like a tacky one that was like I Heart London or something fun like that, but I couldn't find any. They were all those like very generic that are just like sort of like varsity sweatshirts and no t-shirts, so I didn't get one. And I forgot to get my Paddington, but I'll be back, so I'll get on the next visit. And also I have to tell you, I went to this shop that everyone suggested called Anna and Nina, and they had the most gorgeous, stunning, beautiful, amazing dishware. And they had London themed stuff. They had Alice in Wonderland. And I also went to Liberty. I didn't go to Liberty when I lived there, and I went and it was so beautiful. Like I could have stayed there for hours looking around, but I got hungry. Anyway, and I did get a reading journal from there, and that's it. I have to say, being able to adventure around and just do whatever my heart desired, walk around in all the different bookstores, and shops, and go see all the things that I used to do, and try new restaurants, and get to see friends. It was just so amazing. And a piece of my heart will just always be in London. And I'm forever grateful that that is the very first like city I visited and lived in Europe. And it has such a special place in my heart, and I'm just forever grateful. Also, as far as bookstore goes, oh my gosh, like I said, so many bookstores I went to, so many I'm gonna go to. I ended up going to every Daunt because it just happened to be like I was in the area where they were. So like the first one I went to, I was going there on purpose because I was going to another bookshop and a restaurant near that area in Notting Hill. And the second, I was going to Holland Park to walk around Holland Park and the Magnolia Parks of it all. And there was another one, so I went to that one. And I think that was probably my favorite one. And then obviously I went to the one everyone knows in, where is that? Is it in Mayfair? I think it's in Mayfair. But the most stunning, beautiful, gorgeous one. They were all beautiful workers, amazing, great books, out of the ordinary books. I also went to Foyles. Oh my gosh, they had every book you could think of. I walked around and walked around and walked around, and it was so hard not to buy all of them because it was so beautiful. It was seriously like, I think it was 4 or 5 stories. It was insane. Where else did I go? Daunt, Foyles, obviously. Went to so many different Waterstones. I love Waterstones. I went to Saucy Books, which you guys saw. So beautiful. Loved it. It's a very small, like, romance-only bookstore. The owner was so sweet, and they apparently changed their decor a lot. So they were in Christmas and kind of switching it to a winter vibe. So that was great. I do wish I would have remembered to go back because there were a few Christmas items that were on sale that I was gonna go back and get after I went and ate, but I forgot. And I just love that store. It was so cutesy and aesthetic. And I think those are all the bookstores I went to. Yeah. I am kicking myself because I realized I got distracted when I was in Notting Hill and completely forgot to go to the Notting Hill bookstore. I don't even know what to say. Anywho, I'll do that the next time I go, and it was the best trip ever. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you so much.